It's TGIF. Good morning and welcome to the final edition of Tea Time for this week. We come to you from Women's Voice Online TV. And today at the final edition of Tea Time, we talk about the Youth Initiative. We want to know the vision behind all of this and the impact and that of how this effort transform the community and push sustainable development. So we get can talk on that issue there and for second that we get Philippa we now the steering committee member. We get can tell you more of this because Mrs. SSF no know wetin this thing they all about. So we get can know everything about that. So they will do for the next 1 hour as we can discuss this particular topic here. Good morning, Miss Philippa, and welcome to the time.
Thank you very much and good morning, listeners. My name is Philippa Kaidol. I'm one of the steering committee for Roots. Of course, I'm the youngest steering committee
Yeah.
member, and I'm honored to be part of that amazing committee because it's also a platform for make me several for contribute meaningfully
Okay.
towards when it comes to development and change Nassau.
Okay. So for somebody who go dey the Roots initiative for the very first time, so say una go launch am, one for do wetin than dey about.
Okay, so root is very timely. Of course, when you look at the word root, it means running out of time.
Ah, okay.
Yes, and it's an initiative will run for 4 years from now to 2029
Mm.
because we know say election or dey far.
Yes.
And of course, most of the time, what we don't observe now that people the vote based because of personal relationship, the vote because of the sabi somebody.
Mm.
So now we want for raise awareness that we want for also be as a way of also ensuring that the masses of Sierra Leoneans able to choose and vote for the right people at the right time. So thereby now we want our leaders and they for contest for presidential candidates Nasalo for make them able for look at the problems and challenges the way Sierra Leoneans are facing, like when it comes to electricity,
Okay.
when it comes to hunger, when it comes to transportation business, when it comes to health, when it comes to a lot of other things then. So we want to
Mm.
make them tackle more of them things then. So if you as a leader say, make me vote for you in the next coming election, waiting at the thing the way you go do and waiting at the evidence where you go will present to me say, oh yes, if you have vote for me, now this and this I do. So that is the thing because we believe say Salona we all get
Mm.
and if we want to make that change, then the change get for start with me, it get for start with you.
Yeah.
So thereby now make we want for continue for all back we leaders them accountable for ensure so we all make a change because from 1961 to now, the changes that we expect cannot be compared to as much as we want for make it be like. If you look at Salo and Uganda, it is Salo big past Uganda. We
Yeah.
gain independence more before them. But you just say Uganda, it's far more developed when it comes to cleanliness, when it comes to even infrastructure, when it comes to their health sectors, when it comes to electricity, water facilities. So these are the things that we don't look at and reflect. Say it is timely and necessity that we self photocopy the good things them where we don't they look na other money country
Yeah.
do one na the same when it comes to the development of Sierra and we want for see how we self go for be that change by going to schools, raising awareness, educating people about what this initiative they about and we just want to ensure say we do the right thing when it comes to development, when it comes to change for the best interest of you and me when as Salo people then na this country.
Okay, so I want to know why una say running out of time. Who that they run out of time? Na the leader them, na we the youth them, na the like let we know who that they run out of time.
It's all of us,
Okay.
everybody. As long as in a salon person, we all day into this. The leaders are not. They're not so like say they are not Sierra Leoneans. They are Sierra Leoneans,
Mm.
and in fact, before anybody that they choose as presidential candidate, you are a Sierra Leonean.
Yeah.
You live among the people. So of course, the running out of time not only for leaders there, but for we all, including me, said it means that development needs to come up at this moment. It means that we need for target development at this moment. So why am I say running out of time? Because if you look at from 1961 to now, the development, oh no, it's we where you go later, we know that we not do well when it comes to development or other things. There are homes in these places they cannot access water, more especially in a free time. You dey see say someone dey even go there na ill for me water reach that place. It's difficult.
Yeah.
So these are basic necessity wey we need for able for address as citizens. So running out of time na everybody responsibility, including me sef wey sit down na we responsibility. We want to ensure say we all come together collectively for ensure say we address that issue dey when it has to do with problems and societal problem wey dey affect everybody. So of course running out of time is not only talking about leaders, but it's an inclusive. It talks about you, it talks about me, it talks about you as a journalist, it talks about you as a school going child, it talks about you when they sell in the market, it talks about you when an advocate, you and a decision maker, a civil society, a civil activist, a civil servant, public servant. It talks about everybody.
Okay.
As long as you are a Sierra Leonean and you want good thing about salon, it talks about all of us. And I make it very much important that we all come together, work together, may we able for solve with societal problem as one big family.
Okay, so we don't see over the years so many organizations they don't come, but they dey struggle for achieve some results we go able for show impact na some of the community there. So which evidence we una go able provide say the roots initiative go make a real difference na the country?
Okay, so of course the structure of the roots committee, it's one message we make them very clear that it's something where they look at a progressive something. Of course, me being the youngest and the others are senior adults, and these are experienced people. Some are serving as HOD of department, some are doing extremely well, they have their organizations. We have I think like 3 to 4 professor academic professors in the steering committee. So of course the structure is made up of minded people who are academically knowledgeable, who have served as presidents and leaders for impressive institutions. So of course the structure is one guarantee that it's there is a guarantee that these people were experienced and we are using that experience to address their society problems. And then there are strategies being put in place, of course, which we've started working on. We do the launching of the root business. We also add ambassadors, and of course the ambassadors are young people like me. You talk about Boy, you talk about Incredible JJ, Aminish, you talk about April, another guy, I couldn't remember his name, but these are serving as ambassadors. They're also using their voice through song for personal information. Tell people that we all get responsibility for build Salo. If one Salo for be greater, if one Salo for be like the country we all wish for, we get a responsibility. So the ambassadors, the steering committee are people of experience, are people of change makers, including myself in society. And we have programs and strategy in place which we will continue to implement to go to schools, to go to universities, to go at district level, remote areas, and talk to people them because we want to ensure say the message reach people them right na dem doorsteps. We want to ensure say this message reach people them right na dem schools and classrooms, in the universities, and of course the membership is open. Just that if you are too political, you don't want for accept another person view, you know, because of you know the person we waited, the team does not include you, but the membership is open on to people we're ready for make a change, for people we're ready for come join we in terms of this running out of time for ensure so we address this issue.
So if somebody go want for partner with una, want for invest in una, wetin the person for expect for una?
So it very simple. You know, when you want to do a partnership, you go through like the formality, you have to write letter, and of course, I will encourage you also for follow Root on social media. Just search for ROOTS Root on Facebook. We are on Facebook. We are also on IG. So if you go there, you see contact information that you can able for reach, and of course you see the activities and way which done they do for the past month. So you go for link up, send an email, get a meeting, in-person meeting, also with the senior steering committee members. You get more information than even what I'm providing right now at this moment, and they'll give you more better guidance on how to go through it. And of course, you can also send a letter. You can connect with even Madam Patricia too. If you want to do a partnership with Ruth, you can for reach out to me and Miss go for connect with the senior members, and we can get an in-person meeting, and from there the conversation will be taken over from that end.
For implement change na a community, e get for take different approach. Whose approach una plan for use so that una go make a difference? Because as I say like there's so many organizations we get similar vision like una. So whose approach una get for use?
So the approach is very inclusive. It means that there's a gap. We bring both people of young,
Mm.
in between, old, experienced, people that are curious, people that are determined. So and of course the membership is open up. Just at the steering committee and the ambassadors now a selective one of people that they do amazingly well in the society. But membership is open up, and of course we encourage a lot of people for join the membership of Wood, for belong part of Wood. And there are a lot of amazing strategies put in place. One thing we want to do now that we ensure say we launch officially in a Miata conference. We
Okay.
add media people, media houses. We ensure
So
say
una
the
just
message
launch am first,
disseminate.
una no begin any activities
So
yet.
yes, at first now we just got launch, and of course we are planning to have a meeting and begin the ensure so begin to implement with way forward and things that we will plan for the. Of course, one of the things that we get for the way, it's obvious now that we get for going to
Mm.
universities, we get for going to schools, we get for go communities, we get for go media. And of course, we don't want to go, the media. It's something way a part of us. Even before we launch the team, we don't want to media. We don't talk to people. We don't educate people them about root. So we keep on doing it. We're doing it or continue for do them. So we get a lot of positive things that we get for do. And I can remember back during the Roots initiative, the ambassadors get also the amazing initiative. I can remember Drizzly and Aminish get they get an initiative when on keke ambulance. So the keke ambulance they use at community level because there are certain areas we do not get ambulance. So they use that keke. They know say at rural areas, not to all road can be nice,
Yeah.
the space, the structures. So they use that keke ambulance they for ensure say them for where the woman one born and that emergency they go use that keke day for Kangwan hospital so where for make the person access health facility. So that is one good initiative. Boy talks about initiative where get for do with playground in school when for the college primary school. So looking at all of these initiatives, they are so amazingly
Yeah.
good. So of course we say as young people, we say get the brilliant initiative where we get for continue for push for sure say we just want to make a lasting impact and make a lasting impact it will benefit salon as a whole, make a lasting impact it will bring change because we just know that the change cannot start with us, the change cannot start with you, and the change cannot start with me self with Sidonaya.
Okay. So there are so many issues where they happen presently. So many problems the way we dey face, right from the unemployment, some community at the street on say for their poor sanitation. Then they let we left the rural areas. Let we kind of fit on say I remember do story around that Moiba axis and get one southern called Dubai community. Like how you say road, they no even get road. Now uphill and dey. So all of the issue dem dey right now inside Freetown. Before now we dey go now na the provinces where yan na pile up of work dem dey there, especially the road. So now in all of them challenges there, which one una want to prioritize?
So of course, you the challenges are very untimely, and it just even more like where somebody dey in a situation where it gets it, the amount of influence we get from a commodity is very difficult. Like you have several competing priorities
Mm.
at the same time. Just feel like at the same time you want to eat, at the
Mm.
same time you want to drink water, you want to use water for the drink for wash, for and then at the same time you need sight for lidom. At the same time you need light. So imagine I can't all them things then till they say pick one. Which way you go pick there? You cannot pick one because they are all like basic necessities where
Yes.
you need to prioritize at the same time. So of course we dey look at the priorities of the people. But however, as I state even in making decision, sometimes no matter how your voice is loud, you have to be in the right room for make that change. You have to be at the right table for able for influence decision making.
Mm.
So na make we as roots get for ensure say we continue for reach out to people, we continue for reach out to we leaders, you remind them that if you dey promise people them that you get for do this thing here, ensure say you do am. So obviously that means say we dey look at the priority things that wey dey affect we as alone people. We actually need choose one specific thing because the society problem it's so
Boku,
many,
boku.
and it's really an emergency one. Because if you say okay, let's say we address no more food business, what about electricity? And when light gonna world dey suffer.
Yeah.
What about health? The world dey suffer. I'm not excluded. What about we talks about infrastructure? So this basically I mean we actually dey look at the society problem where they are emerging one. So we dey try for look at am say as a leader you going for an elected position, na you for can help people address dem problem dem dey because you dey na room certain rooms na we no go dey, and you have to be at certain rooms before your voices can be able to make meaningful influence, before you go for make certain decision wey go for affect people somebody even downtown.
Mm.
As advocates we keep on advocating, we keep on talking, but there are certain times you really have to be in the right rooms, and the right rooms is by targeting, is by meeting, humbly meeting these leaders who are going for this elected position. That do ya when you go at this position here, not forget you promise them where you give people them, ensure say you able for achieve your agenda. So this is what we are doing, and I know for say we get for continue for do one, and we know say by the grace of God we go from get a very good result from all of the activities that we really do as good steering committee member, as good ambassadors, as good members, and everybody we know so we get for do that unity day, we get for achieve the objective and we mission at the end of this particular initiative.
Again, running out of time. These are the STG. These right
Yes.
as they already done the studio. So now I feel like una initiative kind of related to one or two of them thing they are where they are. So now they all live from 1 to 17, and again I feel like we dey behind because we supposed for to achieve the one there by 2030. Which one of these una want to prioritize and try for bottle together with ministries or agencies for see say una achieve am?
So most of the time, in fact, these SDGs are from the United Nations, and of
Yes.
course, the United Nations means we talk about all of the countries coming together, and as much as like not all of the countries and did, but we say at least 75 to 80% of the world countries are there, and which our beloved Sierra Leone is a delegate and a participant of the United Nations. Of course, we are a representative. We don't serve as the leader for the Security Council, which of course we had a youth representative, which was Mr. Isaac Baoy. So it tells you that whenever decisions are being created at that international level, it means say Salo people we leaders them also agree to that document. And of course, then document wey dem can sign at international level, it reflects what the problem it's been at home, wetin dem dey affect we now with different homes or different countries dem. So obviously the SDG goals are so many, but however when we look at the SDGs we have priorities dem wey of course these are things that we as fellow people dey need for prioritize. Number one, when it comes to about hunger, so the goal number two talk about zero hunger. Of course people are facing hunger in Sierra Leone. Some people go bed and then they eat. Some are able for eat in 3 daily meals because it now get the financial capacity. you look at health facilities again. So as much as government is also doing its best, like when it comes to when it comes to agriculture,
Feed
because
salon
feed salary,
project,
which is part of
yes.
the agenda.
Mm.
When it comes to also ensuring health sector, whether they also don't they do well in terms of addressing mortality and death. But the government, we as advocate that government should continue to do more. And so of course by that we therefore target then SDG goals then where the United Nations don put. And when it comes to also clean water and sanitation, so their priorities, even quality education, gender equality, these are not all the things that they just project at UN, but these are actual societal problems
Mm-hmm.
where developing countries like Sierra Leone we are facing. So obviously we dey continue for advocate, and these are the key things that we as youth we dey lay more emphasis that they, because these are things we dey as we know say we want them things there, yeah. And of course we know say the leaders are going to listen to us. We know that they are going to make that meaningful change, because when they make the meaningful change, me and you now we get for benefit from it.
So the
And
question is that if time dey for make the meaningful
of
change.
course, the time dey na make
Mm.
we know say one of the best way for get people, more politicians attentions na wey election dey very very close, and we have like less than 2 years towards
Yeah,
the election,
yeah.
or even less than 2 years towards the
Mm.
election. So obviously this is the best time because no see another get for come dey give it.
Campaign,
And
yes,
obviously we
campaign
say this
messages.
coming election we say go for vote. So so
Ooh.
you know say na one leg na one leg for committee una vote for
Una
me.
votes.
So like at this moment, yeah, it's really timely. It's like we have been running out of time for over the past years now. We want you people to do for us this thing. So I'll go for address them now at this very moment.
And I don't think I was supposed to tell everything the way we want.
Yeah.
Because after election, for let's see and save my problem. So yes, let we go for short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll continue the program.
With Rocal Commercial Bank's Syncopa app, it's fast, safe, and reliable.
Tired of standing in the queue? Do all your banking transactions with local SIM couple without leaving your seat. Fast, safe, and easy.
You can download the app from App Store or Play Store.
Star 919 hash, with or without internet.
Can send e-couple to any mobile number.
Send and receive money instantly.
Our QR codes, you can take your business digital.
Across banks and mobile money accounts in Sierra Leone. Instant payment across Africa.
So, what are you waiting for? Download the Syncopa app now.
Syncopa, banking on the go.
The world no go digital. Now that make Local Commercial Bank ready for match up with the world. This na the e-banking department. We get products and services them wey you use online. Listen to wetin my colleague dey get to say.
The e-banking department responsible for all the electronic products in the bank. One, the ATM machines where you can get cash easily from. The points of sales when are some small terminal where you can do your transaction, where they do online transactions as well, where you can sit down any side now this world and do transactions. Red Commercial Bank e-banking now the solution to all digital transactions in the country.
For work out with money, not this time. So inside any local commercial bank today and get you couple card, you Visa Classic and proprietary card for making transactions easy.
Gonna shop, you can use the POS and do your transaction easy.
From that short break, they are still on Friday. Friday we dey keep am light and keep am short. No dey do too much on Fridays because this na the start of the weekend. People dey get a very long day this weekend again for long. So yes, welcome back from that commercial break. They don get the opportunities wey Local Commercial Bank dey provide for dem customers dem. So you can open any kind of account wey you want for open. local commercial bank where they provide all facility and opportunity for you. So yes, Madam Philippa, welcome back. I want to give you a practical example. If you wanna visit communities like the Waterloo or the Kube, una go see things the way they happen there. Wetin are the practical intervention wey una feel say some of dem community dem dey need with immediate effect?
So one of the key things where we don't identify now that the information is not accessible to people at the remote areas. So obviously we get the more capacity building, awareness raising, because again these people get huge response. As I talk earlier, we all get responsibility for these issues that has to do with our problems in our society. So, but again, sometimes people not able to be solutions to these solutions because they not get the informations.
Yeah.
So, like me, if you think if I not be there into advocacy, I wouldn't have known a lot of information we are known now.
Yeah.
Because I get access of information, there are certain things I need to do them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the same thing. In that kind of situation, we ensure we give them capacity building, we make sure they have access to education, and then we believe so from their access to education go also broaden the knowledge. Say where you get certain issue, you go know which side and the channel there where you need for pass through institutions that where you need for go to. Because again, I can say being an advocate, there are certain things that have been again successful. One of the contributing factors now that because I get the information at the right time. So that one they really help. So that's the same one of strategy we get for use. And then we go for social, we go for we connect them with the right channels, right institutions, more especially government institutions for able address their issue there. And we say since we have now advocate and we also doing well in our different fields, we also bring we networks them on the board for ensure we will address their issues them at community level.
So how una dey forget about funding? Wey na one thing wey don make boku organization dey don collapse right now. How una forget about that?
When it comes to funding, it is very much paramount.
Yeah.
Of course, good an initiative where they gone for 4 years. Of course, like nice 2026 to 2027, 2028 to 2029. It's a 4 years program. So the reason why we make a 4 years program because one form like we are running out of time, and since we are running out of time, it's like an emergency something where we're coming up to step to something that we need to act now, holding our leaders accountable. So obviously we are open up to more partnerships.
So
and more funding.
after the 4 years, everything will.
Yes. So that is why it is an initiative where they run for 4 years at this moment here. So if we see the need again, and not for say if there is more need and with other advocates and other things, maybe it might continue, but I cannot give that guarantee. But it's a 4 years initiative, and that is what we are working on right now at this moment here for sure. So we make a very meaningful change. But again, we are open up to partnership, international partnership, NGO partnership, individual partnership for ensure say the work become more effective, for ensure she said give you support as a way towards this positive change we all did like.
So if I can get things right, na a form of strategic plan movement like some organization they form a strategic plan wey they want to achieve from 2020 to 20.
Exactly, that is it. And one of it is na more will purchase a very leader way go for can also do positive things. They will go for do the change we all do wish for. So it's by we serving as like just a bit of pressure, like saying that we want this right thing, let's do this right thing, and of course I mean it is right because it is within the election period. And we know say after the election period a lot of positive things will happen. We know say the election 10 days, a lot of chaos, fighting. So again, for maintain like that peaceful atmosphere, we're going to ensure we make a very peaceful change nobody gets problems then.
But una fit say that 4 years dey enough for address the issues already
Well,
on board.
we dey look at the pressing thing because the pressing thing na for I go for influence leaders and for do the right thing. And the best way for influence leaders for do the right thing na way election one approach, way they want go into election. You know, na that's how they go, we for can get time for say, okay, what is it? This seems to be fine. So that is the more thing as to why. But we cannot predict what will happen after the 4 years. We actually wish for continuation because we believe that when it comes to advocacy and when it comes to speaking up, it's something we'll go for even continue to do even after good business. We are still doing it in a different organizations then.
So this 4 years is enough for solve some selected problems and fit or himself jump go na the policies.
That is our target. You know where they plan, you no need for plan too big,
Yeah.
you no need for plan too long. So it's a short time plan for the long time plan in the future.
And how una plan for how una dey do the strategic meetings they have for plan because fit on big before now I talk about the policies fit on big and if una say una dey prioritize youth employment it's a lot of work. If una dey prioritize the hunger of una wan put multiple feed salon project how e don go how far and plans dem e very huge. So how una plan for go about salon with problem dey always huge and na so dem large dey expand. You no dey talk until the end una steps dem dey wey una get for take for see say some of the issues there be amended. How una plan for go about all of that?
So let me indeed we have the call on people and say for join we because it's not one man business.
Yes.
And obviously, let me the right people will go for target who for meet na we leaders then. You see, when we get states now because the government they play key responsibilities. So one of the best people then we go for make the meaningful change we want now we leaders then. More especially our elected officials. So obviously, I make the strategy within the strategy we've been meeting them and for sure so we hear from them what will be the plans come 2028 after the election, the one that we go don't win, how they go for actualize the agenda and how we all go for make a very positive change. It's a very collective decision. The problems are many as I stated. Non-governmental organizations are doing their best for address their issues there. So government say we want to ensure some government continue for the do and do more than what they done do in the previous year.
And some of the NGO organizations here where they do similar thing like wetin una wan for body can do within the course of these 4 years here. How una plan for see say una do something together? If self una not collaborate as in collaborate, but maybe una go do 2-3 things them together we go boost up government decisions.
Well, if they are ready, then definitely I believe vote is ready. And of course, in any way they want to support financially, technically, in kind, in cash, vote, I believe that we are ready to embrace that partnership. Because obviously we all look at the same objective for make change we go benefit everybody in Nassau. So obviously it is open up to partnership, working together with institutions, media houses, school authorities, government officials, other people. We are ready. We are open. We open our arms to embrace this good initiative because we want to ensure we all achieve the same good thing we not the change.
As somebody wey don be one time advocate for pikin dem, I wanna for let jump to the pikin dem own side. Is there any plan for pikin dem? Because I feel like you suppose or you dey push pikin dem own case wise big one dem go dey push the big one dem issue dem you sef go dey put the pikin dem own dem dey.
Yes, I'll always be a child
I know,
advocate
right?
and So one of the amazing thing we didn't do now for me they include me part of the steering committee.
Okay.
And of course I'm the only steering committee member even the blue job 22 to 2025 and below those age. But I guess now they are above.
Wow.
So it clearly tells you that they are putting me in that position because they believe say I've been using my voice to advocate for my peers, for young people.
Yeah.
So obviously I will get for user since this day for talk about issues linking it to how they affect young people, how they affect picking them, how we go for address solutions. And of course, when it comes to advocacy, I prioritize children and young people because I'm within this gap and I don't come up from picking stage and I know how it's also of essence. So obviously when we talk about hunger, whether they're more affect, not picking them because they're more vulnerable. Talk about health, not picking them. We talk about energy, not picking them, electricity, picking them they suffer more. So I will always link it to how it's affecting children and young people in Sierra Leone for sure. So where did they address issues? May not forget this category of people there. Na salon.
All Foods Initiative. What we talk about CFN now. I don't know. I know they see much of CFN these days. What's up? Wetin dey happen? We know CFN for be very active in advocacy. Wetin dey happen? Because lately we don dey see so many discussions around this FGM issue. I dey expect CFN for come on board because na pikin dem dey suffer.
The children's farm network don always na an organization wey always don dey stand for picking them right and of course CFN dey under the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs. So obviously CFN has always given their full support to ensure say pikin wey dey below the age of 18 has not for participate per FGM process and of course the government wey na Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs was the one that presented it. It was the minister who presented at parliament and it's offended under the monitoring supervision of the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs. So if you see the minister don't present a bill where even advocates say picking away the below the age of 18 as not for participating, then parliamentarians they exclude her out of that bill. They enormously say CFN is not continuing to speaking up to ministry. It just means that parliamentarians fail and they ignore that aspect there. We've done CFN don't do them best, ministry don't do them best, NGOs they don't do them best, me CFN don't do me best. But again, we not get for stay silent, we keep on talking. We keep on advocating. Since the two we don't they do transition from the organization. And I will say, other people also moving higher and higher. And I know so when we are in this position, we say we go for make a very meaningful change for ensure so we protect picking them way below the age of 18 years. After 18 years, they can make them decisions. And I'm glad that there are people where there are other non-governmental organizations who are also pushing extremely like purposeful. We see where them be even then be also there was a court ruling from ECOWAS. Yes, so they are doing extremely well. It doesn't mean if you're not a government institution, that means you can make a change. You can make a change. So it's everybody's collective decision. And of course the children's farmers will continue for doing extremely well. You know, not picking organization again sometimes school academics and they also get some other things then but CFN continue to do its advocacy. CFN is a government organization that is supervised by Ministry of Gender and they've always been an organization where they advocate for picking them rights them and even ministry has always been an institution and the agency will always ensure they promote and push picking business in this country.
Okay, but
just that the responsibility lies with our parliamentarians and the Salo people themselves. If you know say you don't choose an MP way they go in support of then you have the right to choose elect another person and you self as an MP gets huge responsibility for do something that is right. We will protect speaking there. We are not saying that we are removing the culture. The culture is part of people's daily life and activity. But however, allow the people don't pass 18 years, may making decision. When the people don't making decision now, say one go after age 18 years, that's not a decision. But when they below the age of 18 years, there are a lot of things. Some can even regret her. But when the person don't pass 18 years making this, we don't get no problem because we don't see that thing they link to child marriage, how we link to teenage pregnancy, how we link to other health things them. So now we talk I'm saying allow the person when 80 making decision and then can participate into that particular act.
Okay, let me go back to it. So let's just say the 4 years end, then community they no experience any meaningful change. I mean, how una go able how they can call at the end of every academic okay access una success.
Obviously, we get to go to get quarterly meeting, they get monthly meeting for evaluate on the progresses, with challenges them, what we need for work on more. We believe we are not doing this thing out of personal interest, but we are doing it because we just we want to make change, and we believe to the therefore we make that change. They trust me because we've all been successful leaders in our different institutions, different entities, different different NGOs and other sectors. So obviously, we get for continue to do more extremely well, and we are not planning to fail. So if you see we are planning means we are planning to succeed, not to fail. So obviously we get to make a very meaningful change, and that is the change where we all go watch and say, you know what, we are proud of our move that we took 4 years ago. We are proud that Sierra Leone is at this stage. That is what we do because if we don't make that decision now, nobody can make that decision. Now we know most of the people will make the decision. Because after us, now we not Sierra Leoneans, and now we get
Yeah.
salon passport. Now we know the issues them. If things sweet now we all go enjoy. If things bitter now we all go suffer.
Indeed. So why Sierra Leoneans effort was root initiative? We get previous initiative that we don't come, they can make similar promises, but we see the delivery a less and not create no impact. So why Sierra Leoneans effort was root initiative?
So to Sierra Leoneans and everybody that listen to me, you need for trust. We can need advocate that you should trust us because we are made up of amazing people. They do extremely well in our society. Outside of it, we are doing our own best in our different organizations, our different universities, our different institutions. And as a state time, the committee and the ambassadors are people of change. So imagine these musicians and serving as our ambassadors, their voice, they are change makers in our communities who do meaningful change through their music. So same applies to we sef na the steering committee. So we are made up of competent people, and because of our competence and because of our experience, is one guarantee that we are ready to make that change and we are pushing forward to it. And then secondly, at this moment, to make an initiative like this come up at this timely moment shows the need and shows how ready we are for ensure so we go far, for ensure so we make that change where we all the wish for. I know say a lot of people want people to speak on their behalf, but sometimes people are afraid to come out and talk. So Root is that institution that is ready, and we have come out. We continue to influence. We continue to ensure that we make the positive change. So for them to call this season, no more way I don't give. There is it don't shows a huge guarantee that people should trust Root, and also people for can join the membership of Root for ensure. So we all make that change. We all the day for Mama Salon.
And tell me about the membership if somebody wants to be part. Is there a qualification or
So the only qualification that you for be a Sierra Leonean, get from a solo at art, you don't need to be too, you don't need to be party chasing. Maybe say, you know, we because one make we do that day, you know the day, this spot maybe now APCS, APC because of that day, you know, like I etc. People belong to a different political party, but in there they put aside their political interests, look at salo business. And then follow Woods on Facebook, social media platform. So you see the link, we're especially on Facebook. So where you see the link, just click the access certain things and then you go join the membership. And then from there we will keep you updated and posted on the activities then through with social
like
media.
any amount any maximum amount of membership?
No. It's open up if the entire Sierra Leoneans want to be part of it. We are happy with the jump, with the glad for join for welcome with it's an open membership, and of course we encourage yourself for can join and make that change the with you.
That means una no get for be influenced by any political.
Not at all.
Oh, okay. So looking ahead, from now to 2030, when I think 94 years ago done, and beyond the initial 4 years, wetin are the legacy una hope for left Masaru?
Okay, so beyond that, one of the legacy we really wish for left after this initiative of 4 years we don't come to an end, now that we go look at a leader way they make that change wey im promise we. We can promise we say either against this issue, you make a very mean like an excellent change in it. You do more than wetin other past president themselves don do. We dey look at am say, we look at one legacy that people look at us, oh, we glad for the activities of road because of road to make now we dey enjoy electricity facilities. Because of which now make we dey enjoy health. Because of which now
That
make
is
we dey
direct benefits.
yes. So these are the things that we want make people enjoy. Want to also see how people that are more competent, that people not to be choosing to this spaces because of familiarity. In as much as socialization important, but one for see how people that are more capable to be in this the
Because
best
job works
the
direct
best
benefits.
so the best person need for be in certain positions then, because when the best and professionalism come first, then you go also able for benefit the public sectors and you go for benefit everybody. And in overall we want to see a very meaningful change. We know our leaders currently are doing their best. We want to see more change, and we suppose they come up want to be part of that change, because we believe same collectively and we all will work together. We will make that change and the development we will all wish for now.
So as time don dey between now, we don dey come to the closing. Let we know wetin you go wan to let viewers it.
So to everybody that listen to me, I go want to say you are the change, I am the change, we all are the change. You can use your voice for make that change dey through your school, your universities, your NGO, through social media, by joining NGO organizations, volunteer. Just ensure say you be that change that we all wish for. I know we are all not perfect, we all get human nature, but just ensure say you do your best in your little way. Because by that we'll put them all together and then go bring the development we all wish for. They say a little drop of water forms a mighty ocean. That is the same thing we want for see, make it become applicable in our salo developments.
So I forget something before I dey ask you for again after that all day. Somebody just dey ask me now say if ministry wan for connect with una, if una dey allow, because we all know say ministry, I believe say they comot from that angle wey like that political angle. We all know say the ministries dem na from politics dem dey comot from. So if una go able connect with them, and if una connect with them, how una work go able for go smoothly.
Obviously, in fact, ministers, politicians, they are not our enemies. They are our brothers, they are our uncles, they are our aunties. We know some of them, we have their contact, they are not our enemies. We as youth, we just want to ensure say they do the right thing while in these offices, while they occupying these public offices. Obviously, during we launch, there was a video that was displayed where the first lady delivered a statement, chief minister delivered a statement, Cherry Kukoba delivered a statement. Clearly tells you that these leaders, they are not our enemies, because they are part of our society. We don't meet with them, we don't interact with them. Some of them don't coach we, some of them don't give we platforms them, so they are not our enemies. We work together. That is what we want to do. We want to see the partnership and us working together to ensure so we make that change where we all do wish for.
You can see say una consist of so many, including we own president from Slash, because I see himself do a post after the launch or during the launch. Thank you very much. He didn't have feedback by during the steering committee member from Youth Initiative. We mean say the youth mean running out of time. Yes, so we all, me and Fizo, we all run out of time. We give the youth say because the small youths and doing activities, they do drugs, people and way supposedly for them in universities, for them bigger offices, they lead people, and then they out there, they cry, their food don't swell, so they dine at it. Every week you must see post on social media say this person don't die because of push, and so they left there, especially this rain season. So then they not treat and they soak, sign on the fall door. We are running out of time really, because in the next 2-3 years, how will you space within the country? we go gather enough youths in for depend on if then we leaders they can pass on other than the people wey dem go left the leadership role to or with. I mean we get for stand up as a nation for to say we do things that we go make we country develop and at least in your small corner. I mean indirectly we all can be members of the youth initiative which is small small thing wey you dey do na your corner you see somebody wey throway dirty wey dey see you don cancel as you see small rain don go take all dirty dey na waste waka throw am for gutter. You sef fit tell am person dey say no throway am there because whether dirty dey go down side no dey follow you go pack o wey na dirty box or na the right side follow dirty dey no the south side dey go pack either na street we always see na this inside bypass road na wey rain dey come we dey see that particular street pile up dirty because the dirty wey dey comot na there dem dey come back road no dey we always train not only one day normal wey dey send am from up the state we always train so everybody can be that kind change wey we wan for see in your small corner in anything wey you dey do you sef can be that kind person wey salon go able say na this person talk so wey make this no dey happen again we all dey make fun of the manner from Sabagota. Yes, a funny but na a very nice initiative and for because of that consis ten t molest wey we just say na molest e dey molest people like don actually stop for mess that place because of him sake so these are the change wey we wan for see Sierra-Leoneans dem dey do so plenty thank you to everybody wey participate inside today audition and also the audition wey we for today it's TGIF yes wey dey go spend weekend spend am with respect spend am responsible one because the life no tori but I get for know how you use am. So thank you very much to everybody thank you very much to the one wey make you dey watch me the studio engineer. So thank you to everybody yes me na Patricia Kabe already dey be in this edition come to you and set you for next week for another edition of Tea Time. I say tata.